Alright team, I thought it was about time to introduce you to kind of a day in the life of how we are surviving while we build our little house. As you're probably aware, we were renting the house actually next door to our building site, if you hadn't figured that out, which made it really easy. We could just jump on site and do work and then go back home and be nice and comfortable. But rent's expensive and our funds were running out. We couldn't get a loan for this build, so we're doing it all out of pocket. So we actually had to leave the rental a month or so ago. So we moved out of the rental and we moved into, well, we started off by moving into the van. So we were living in here for a few weeks. Nice and cozy is one way to put it. If you want to see actually the building of the van, I'll put a link up because we did actually deck this one out as well. That was a fun project. So yeah, obviously bed and living space. We do have a solar panel on the roof, and that's going to our power station and a fridge. That's keeping everything nice and cool. Keeps our lights on. Because it's winter, there's not actually that much sun and it does get quite overcast. So there have been times when power has been completely drained from our system. Not ideal for the things in the fridge. So yeah, we were in this van for a while. And then while we moved in the van, we obviously needed a bathroom system. So I'll show you that next. On our site, we had a garden shed. And I decided to actually do some plumbing, which I absolutely, the worst job. I don't like plumbing at all. But we did get a garden hose to plug into our little bathroom area. So that hose is what's supplying all the water. Alright, there we go. And so in our little shed, water's coming on in through here, going to a garden tap, and then going to our cistern. So we do have a flush toilet in our little bathroom. We had our plumber connect up the sewer directly into our mains, so this was built literally over top of our sewer system, so that made that plumbing really easy. The other thing that we've got here is a camp shower. So this is a brilliant little system. It's just gas powered to get hot water to come out of it. It's going to pump water out through our little shower nozzle, but the way that it collects water is through a submerged pump. So you do need a reservoir. Normally people use a bucket, and you just put this little thing into a bucket of water and it will suck that water up. So I actually realized that rather than getting a bucket and a float valve, a cistern from a toilet is actually the exact same thing. So this is the reservoir that fills up, and it's based on this little float valve here. So when the water drops, water starts coming in, and when the water gets high enough, it'll turn off. So as this takes water out, it'll actually refill itself automatically, which means we don't have to just keep filling a bucket for our showers. So that's our little bathroom set up. Next thing to show you is probably our carport. Another space just to do some work on things at the moment. Doing some work on some guttering. And then if we keep heading towards the front door, behind me is this storage where I've been keeping all the tools. Before we had a roof, while we were living in the van, I set up a few tarpaulins just to keep things a bit drier. Sorry about the mess. And then here we have our front door. So going in the front door now, and if we turn this way, we'll end up going into what will be my bedroom. Currently it's set up as my workshop. Got a work table, drop saw, plenty of mess in here. And in the other direction, once we had the roof on, we actually decided that the van was getting a little bit too cozy. So I found this tent on Marketplace, $15 score, and it is big enough to actually fit, hang on, excuse the filming, we have managed to fit my double bed into this tent. So luckily, being a tent, we can close it all up so we're not getting sawdust in our bedroom, and having the roof on means that it's not going to blow away. This is a very flimsy tent, but it's way more comfortable and way more spacious than the van was. So we're definitely sleeping much better now that we've got this set up in the house, now that we have a roof. So we moved into this a few weeks ago. Alright, so the other thing that we set up, we actually put this together while we didn't have a roof on. We had a pretty decent marquee, so I put this up so that we could set up a bit of a cooking station. The cooking system in the van is a bit difficult. We have the awning that goes out, but that means we have to take the awning back every time we needed to drive it. And because it was raining all the time, we couldn't just cook outside. So we set this up in here, and this is our kitchen. The bench top is literally the door that we're going to use for our house. So I'll be turning that one into the actual door once we need to. Good old camp cooker. And you might notice a few electrical appliances. We have dinner in our slow cooker, slowly simmering away. And the power system is actually just an extension cord going to the neighbour's house. The neighbours have offered to let us plug into their power if we needed it. So every time we need power, we just plug into that. But it's not consistent, so we haven't been able to plug the fridge on. The fridge is just a pantry. It's not actually on. Because we haven't got consistent power yet, no site power yet. But at least we've got enough power so that at night times we can turn a lamp on, we can boil some water. So we've got enough. Charge some batteries, charge laptops. So that's our living arrangements. We have a bedroom, we have a kitchen, we've got a bathroom. Living like this, when it's drafty and rainy inside, is quite conducive to doing more work. You can't really just sit at home and be lazy. I'm literally waking up in the morning, and then for the first hour I'm actually going to go build. I spend an hour every morning just working on the site, whether it's hammering in some nails, putting on the roofing, whatever I need to do, and then I head off to work. So rather than being lazy in the mornings, I'm actually being quite productive now. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, head off to work. I'm working as a cave guide, so I go off and go for a wander in the caves with guests. Then I get back in the evenings. It gets dark really quickly, but I still spend another hour or so on the building site with a head torch on usually, and usually a raincoat as well. But they're nice and cruisy days. Thursday through Sunday, mostly, I spend the entire day on the building site, whether it's lifting things onto the roof or digging holes, or at the moment we've been putting on these battens. So all of these had to go on absolutely everywhere. So those are big days. They're nice and exhausting. And again, just wake up, have some food, start building, eat some food, go to bed. And it means the house is coming along really quickly. Doing this much work means that, what was it? We started building in March. March 1st we had the drawings come on through. January, March, April, May, June, July. So in 5 months we've gone from a sand pit to an actual structure, primarily just Amy and I doing all of the labour, which, I don't know, it feels ridiculous that this is possible, considering that we weren't able to get a loan and we were thinking about just not even bothering with the project. To be this far in and to be so close to actually having walls on, the feeling's quite indescribable. Speaking of walls, I should get back to work. I'm going to start putting on some cladding. Super exciting to get some real walls on this place. And then a couple of doors and it will be at lockup. We'll be at halfway. The entire thing will be waterproof, which will be, it'll be a good feeling. Alright team, hope you enjoyed the little tour around our house. Hopefully you're enjoying the videos. We'll see you in the next one.